Transformers, and if you missed my first couple episode reactions, I was very blown away by the detail of some of the animation and stuff like that. It's been a blast to revisit this series. Held up way better than I thought, and there's like a three episode part story coming up, so probably do Transformers again pretty quickly. But I had to take a pause for Dinobots. What an absolute genius move by bringing dinosaurs into it. So let's get right to the episode. It was one that I totally remembered. I know I've rewatched with the kids because Lord knows if they're boys, they're gonna be into dinosaurs, right? Come on. And we were, even if I was older, like I was a teenager, right? So their intro is actually only like 30 seconds, which I forget every time. So we were going to cheat and try to squeeze in like 7. Isn't that great? You get just the music. You know exactly what's coming and you almost just start singing it yourself. Transformers, more than meets the eye. Okay. So again, this episode really didn't give me a whole lot of anything that I cared about too much other than, well, that's not true. Let me back up and say this. I thought that was interesting that they would be so curious about Earth's history with like these creatures that used to be there. And then it was like, is it me or was it odd that they would try to like figure out how to, I don't want to say hijack that, but use that as a way to benefit themselves? I thought that was just interesting. I never had caught that before, but it was like their first thought is, well, how could we use this to our advantage? And I'm like, that's interesting for the Autobots to have that mindset. I did not see that part in the thought process, but basically. And you have a little backstory about how, again, it's all about energy. It's all about Megatron and the Decepticons trying to get the power that they need so they can control Earth and ultimately the galaxy, that kind of thing. So this was fun because they just start walking around a museum and everyone's like totally like ignoring it. Like it was just like, dinosaurs and then there's robots just walking around. So they do a little scans and there you go. I would be like, how could you? I don't even think the humans really respond too much. They're more like, don't see robots just walking around the museum very often. That's pretty cool. Like, is this part of the show? Like, yeah, that was kind of fun. And then basically it is this giant montage of them trying to construct while the Decepticons are doing their thing while they kind of go into action. And they line them all up and they roll them all out. So here we go. And they're not really that sort of kind to them. Like, I don't know how many. It's mentioned several times that they're big, they're strong and powerful, and it will benefit the Autobots and their mission. But they have small brains. But it's like a robot. Like, why would you not have just figured out a way to make them have the same type of intelligence or CPU or something as everyone else? It was like, you made a dinosaur, but you also had to make it dumb because it's a dinosaur? Like, I thought that was just, that's interesting. With all that said, this is a blast. Dinosaurs, breaking stuff, robots, dinosaurs. So it's not cool enough that we have robots that turn into planes, vice versa. Robots turn into trucks and cars. Robots that turn into literally, a giant, mega gun. And now we have robots that turn into dinosaurs. And then it's just this giant mission and interaction with the whole, hydroelectric power that Megatron and them were trying to get their hands on. And then this sort of like breakout of the dinosaurs. Little firefight going on a little bit. I just really just loved seeing dinosaurs in action, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, this was all what I signed up for. Like, this was yeah. Right back to dinosaurs. And I'm like, yeah, what a gimmick. And I know, look, the history is here, right? That the movement started, you're just marketing to kids, you're brainwashing kids, you're doing whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, in hindsight, because I was older for this, right? Because this was sort of like a cartoon that you appreciated was on, but I was a little old for it. But we had the toys, like you get like one toy, we couldn't, even as a teen, I was able to get like one of these things because they were metal, expensive, but it was like, I had enough friends, you could see them, whatever. Don't think I had a Dinobot until like later, like more of like the hobby shop era, like where I was trying to grab one inexpensively or something. And it was like used and out of the box or whatever. But I think that's when I got one. Can tell you though, man, what a great gimmick. What a great move. And how wrong they were with their concepts that this was like bad for kids when in fact all this did was make you want to understand or more interest in dinosaurs. Because I mean, even as a young kid, and now with Jurassic Park franchise, Jurassic World franchise, dinosaurs are kind of everywhere. There's been enough dinosaur stuff that's done through other products like Disney. So kids get exposed to dinosaur stuff very early on. As a kid, dinosaurs was like real for us, right? Because it's like you could go to the Children's Museum, you saw skeletons, things like that. I was very young. I was definitely elementary school. And I was like, dinosaurs are totally cool. This is awesome, whatever. So when you put that in this world where you have kids that are watching this cartoon and you have, obviously the coolness of Transformers anyway, right? Transforming cars, planes, whatever. But now you can have a dinosaur one too. Holy cow, man. Genius. Absolute genius. Fun to revisit. Yeah, not the best episode compared to the others so far, but it was fine. Again, this was a commercial for the Dinobots, and look, I gotta be honest, I do enjoy like the Starscream Megatron bickering. It actually does amuse me. So, that's my take on it. I know some of you are like total Transformer nuts, and I'm sure you can help me understand more about all that. I'm kind of like a G1 guy. I don't know hardly anything about all this other stuff. I'd be so hesitant to buy anything because I would be so fearful that I would buy something that wasn't as advertised, or I would be buying a knockoff thing. I would be buying what I really want because I couldn't afford like an actual G1 still new sealed in a box. It would be out of my price range for even having one of these things, but they are super cool. Super, super cool. Thanks for watching, everybody. Batman Animated Series comes up at the bottom of the hour. Thanks for watching cartoons. Tell me the stuff that you're watching, stuff that you want me to watch, things like that. It is fun revisiting the nostalgia of the 80s, and I can't thank you enough for being here and supporting us. Take care, everybody. I am Pops.
To help them in their never-ending battle against the evil Decepticons, the Autobots create a new breed of robot, Dinobots.
Transformers, more than meets the eye. Dinobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. The Transformers.
The Decepticons are attacking! The Dinobots will get them! Can't beat the Dinobots!
Sold separately from Hasbro.